Hey everyone! Today, we've got a story about a guy who was this close to getting fired, but in the end, he flipped the script, and his boss got fired instead. Let's dive in. Hey, my name's Dylan. I'm 31, and this is the story of how I fired my boss before he could fire me. Let's rewind. 2 years ago, I worked at a mid-sized IT company. It wasn't glamorous, but it paid the bills. And in the beginning, I actually liked it. We had a solid team. People who'd help you debug something at 9 p.m. just because they cared. Coffee breaks that turned into therapy sessions. After-work beers that felt like family dinners. And our manager, Eric, he seemed all right. Not the type to be your best friend, but fair, supportive, even funny sometimes. He took the time to ask how we were doing, celebrated small wins. He once bought everyone lunch when we met a tight deadline. I thought, maybe, just maybe, this was a place I could grow. But everything changed when the company hit a rough patch. Suddenly the free snacks disappeared, budgets got slashed, projects were put on hold. And Eric, he snapped. He became cold, distant, started micromanaging everything, every code commit, every client email. At first I told myself it was stress, he's under pressure. We all are. But then, he started picking on me, calling me out in meetings, nitpicking my work, CCing upper management on trivial issues, like a single typo in a Slack message. He'd ignore valid points I made during discussions, then repeat the same ideas a day later, claiming them as his own. Once, I suggested automating a report system. He dismissed it. Next week, he presents it to the team as his initiative. Another time, I sneezed during a team meeting. He paused and said, "Maybe take that sick energy back home, Dylan. We need results." People laughed, awkwardly. I did too. But inside, I burned. And it didn't stop there. Once, I stayed late troubleshooting a deployment issue. It wasn't even my responsibility. I fixed it. Next morning, Eric blamed me for the delay, publicly, in front of the whole team. He started doing one-on-ones with everyone, except me. Coworkers noticed. Some started keeping their distance. One even warned me, "Careful, man, Eric's got it out for you." My work was solid, but Eric made it feel like I was walking on eggshells. Every morning, I opened my inbox with a knot in my stomach. Every Slack ping made me flinch. I didn't want to be dramatic, so I worked harder, stayed late, took on more clients, hit every metric. I even built an internal dashboard that reduced task duplication by 30%. You know how much credit I got? 0. But no matter what I did, he always found something wrong. Then one day, I overheard him on the phone with HR. "I don't think Dylan's a fit anymore. Maybe we offer him a package." A package, like I was some expired product on a shelf. That night, I couldn't sleep. I stared at the ceiling, and then I made a decision. Remember those extra clients I handled? One of them, Greg, ran a promising tech startup. We clicked early on. He respected how I handled problems. He once told me, "You've got startup energy, that's rare." We met for lunch. I didn't spill everything, just enough. Greg leaned in and said, "If you ever need a change, call me." I smiled, but in my mind, I was already packing. Over the next 2 weeks, I stayed late, not to sabotage, but to protect myself. I gathered documentation, screenshots, code commits, client feedback, project timelines. I built a folder labeled "Just in Case." I even helped juniors clean up their code bases, so no one could say I left a mess. And then, I waited. Monday morning, Eric called me into his office. His tone, syrupy sweet. His face, smug. "We've reviewed your recent performance." And unfortunately, I cut him off. "Eric, before you finish, I'd like to resign." He blinked. That threw him. "Resign?" I nodded. Then I pulled out a flash drive. "This has every project, all tasks, fully documented, all up to date." He stared at it, then at me, confused, angry, powerless. I walked straight to HR, handed in my letter, thanked them politely, and walked out, into the sun, free. 2 weeks later, I started at Greg's startup. The energy, electric. The people, brilliant, supportive. I felt human again. And the pay, even better. I was building again, learning, laughing, sleeping better. 3 months later, I got coffee with a former coworker. "You heard about Eric?" he asked. I hadn't. Management let him go. Apparently those CC'd emails didn't sit well. And a few clients left, followed you. I smiled, didn't say much, but inside it felt poetic. So, was it revenge? Maybe a little. But mostly, it was me, finally standing up and winning. What about you? Have you ever wanted to fire your boss? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this, hit subscribe. Because it's just the beginning.